Welcome to the Daily Spin, brought to you by InlineSkates.net. I'm Steve. This is Steve Cherrier, president of Rollerblade. And I want to ask you some questions about bearings. So bearings have gotten very confusing over the last few years. For those people that have bought skates in the past, everybody was using ABEC. There was ABEC 3s and ABEC 5s and ABEC 7s. But now many of the brands have gone to different names of the bearings. You guys use SQ, one of your competitors use ILQ. Explain all these new letters system, alphabet soup.
Well, I can certainly tell you why we changed our bearings. So we have our SG series, and our SG series is SG 3, 5, 7, and 9. And the 3, 5, 7, and 9 numbers can align with a quality ABEC 3, 5, 7, 9 bearing as well. But what's happened over the years is ABEC is a rating system. It's an engineering rating system for bearings. And it's based on a bearing's tolerances, but it doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the materials the bearing is made out of.
So that means that sometimes an ABEC 5 could actually be a better bearing than, say, a German ABEC 5 might be a better bearing than a Chinese ABEC 7?
Absolutely, Steve. You can make an ABEC 7 or 9 out of really inferior materials. It will not be better than our SG3. So there was inconsistencies, and we designed our own system there so that we've been doing this a long time. This is all we do, is make inline skates. And when you get a Rollerblade SG5 bearing, you know what you're getting.
So in terms of bearings, if people want to upgrade their skates or buy a new skate, what's the benefit of having a better bearing?
A better bearing is higher quality. It's going to be smoother rolling. It's going to be faster. Has better tolerances in it. So you can upgrade any skate to as good a bearing as you want. And there are bearings. We sell up to SG9, and we have our HTO, which is an oil bearing. You can put that in any skate basically, as long as it's the size, which is a 608 size, which most wheels are today.
Now, I've talked to many customers before who may have said, well, I don't really want to go really fast. But what I've often said was, well, the goal of a better bearing is to give you that more gliding effect. And I sort of like to equate it to ice skates, where you have that gliding on the ice. That you don't necessarily need to go really fast, but it's that more smooth, effortless feel by getting a higher quality bearing, right?
Even the best, you can spend $250 on bearings and you still have to work hard to inline skate. So I don't think going too fast is really an issue. So yeah, you can get a better quality bearing. It just means it'll take less work to go faster, or fast you want to go.
What about servicing bearings? Now, do people need to oil their bearings or grease their bearings, clean them, take them out, stuff like that?
Well, that's a good question, Steve. Our SG bearings are made with a special silicone grease mixture. And our idea is that our production skates are service-free, so you don't have to mess around with your bearings for the life of the bearing, basically. They're designed to keep contaminants out and water out.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. But they're not serviceable bearings.
It's still a good idea for people to avoid water.
It's to avoid water, and you can wipe the bearings off if there's dirt accumulating on the outside, but it's not really a bearing you can take apart and service. Now the oil bearings are, and they do need to be oiled occasionally if you have an HTO bearing, for instance.
That's the ones in your top of the line skates. Yeah. Those people want to service them.
Yeah, the race machine skate or whatever, you're going to service that bearing.
Okay, so people don't have to worry about having to buy grease or oil.
No, and if you buy an aftermarket bearing or some sort of specialty bearing, some of those are serviceable, but very few people, I think, today are serviceable bearings.
Okay. All right, there you have it. So a little talk about bearings. This has been the Daily Spin, brought to you by InlineSkates.net.